Like that? Tell the people that Phony Water is back. Like that? Tell the people that Phony Water is back. Like that?
You are tuned into the W Show on Sideline Sports Talk Network and 100.1 FM, Kansas City. Live from Radio Row in San Francisco, California. Brought to you by Gates Barbecue, the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, Dillard Zona Rosa, the Soul of Santa, Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services, and Wood Nissan.
All right, back here live on Radio Row. Are you not entertained? I mean, we had a lot of guests coming through here, hanging out with us. And I mean, everyone said we've had the best booth. I wish they would do like a booth, like you rate
contest or whatever.
Booths at Radio Row. I think that we need to implement that.
Like a $20,000 award.
We talked about
signatures from all Hall of Fame.
We talked about a suggestion box. Maybe we should try to implement that. We can kind of start it ourselves.
Food.
Yeah.
Booth winners. What else? And turn the air conditioning off.
Come on, man. Come on, man. All right, like I said, we're back here live from Radio Row. Appreciate everyone hanging out with us, watching us. If you're in Kansas City, it's almost 5 o'clock. Thank you. And we have another guest joining us today, Mike Florio, who's with the NFL Network. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm so thankful to be here with you guys. And I'm a little biased because I was with someone else, but your set, it might be the nicest one here.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, it took a lot of time. 3 a.m. we stayed up on Sunday.
But it was worth it, right?
It was worth it.
I'm a Bills fan, so I kind of don't love all the Chiefs stuff, but objectively, it looks great.
I think we should have had like a 13-second like little clock up
there. The worst pain I've ever felt watching any sporting event in my life.
You know what's crazy though is like when you see end of games and it'd be like 16 a minute left.
It's over.
They always kind of cut to that Chiefs 13 seconds. If the Chiefs can do it in 13 seconds, anybody can do it. No, I don't feel like that's the case.
No, it was a one-of-one experience.
Yeah.
Like I know the Bills now, we're 8 years into Josh Allen's career, and they're like, are they ever going to get over the hump? That year was the year, in my opinion. Like, he walked off the field, he was going crazy. All you got to do is squib it and then not play soft coverage, right? And McDermott was like, nah, kick that through the end zone, and then we're going to play 15 yards back, because my theory, and nothing will ever change my mind on this, is Tyreek Hill burned them twice in that game, and he was like, no way, I'm not letting Tyreek Hill walk us off right now. I'll go to overtime. And it was a terrible decision. Straight up.
For sure. So of course you're here on Radio Row. Super Bowl weekend. This your first time on Radio Row?
No. I was there a couple years ago when it was in LA. I didn't go last year in Louisiana, but I'm here. And then next year it's back in LA, which is where I'm from now. Okay. So I'll be there again next year if you guys are down.
Are you surprised about the teams playing?
About the what?
The two teams playing in Super Bowl?
Yes. Coming into the year, I did pick the Patriots to make the playoffs. I picked Mike Vrabel to be the coach of the year, but I did not have Seattle getting in. I thought their ceiling was probably something like 9, maybe 10 wins. And then even going into the playoffs, I was like, Bills Rams was my Super Bowl pick. I had Bills Commanders before the season, but then Jaden gets hurt, everything. So I changed it in our midseason picks to Bills Rams. And I thought we were destined for that because I was like, the AFC, like, there's talented teams, but I thought Josh Allen was the best quarterback in the playoffs by far. And then on the other side, I'm thinking the Rams, like, it took a miracle for Seattle to beat the Rams on Thursday night. So I'm like, all right, I think the Rams are going to get their number. And I'm not going to say it took a miracle, but it did take the Rams shooting themselves in the foot a couple times.
It did.
This guy is not a Josh Allen fan.
Yeah.
You are a Josh Allen supporter. I want to see this kind of argument go around because he thinks Jalen Hurts is better. Now
Jalen Hurts.
We had Adam up here, and he kind of spoke to Jalen just has some bad offensive coordinators, Nick Sirianni and all that or whatever. But I think that Justin Herbert is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. And we go through this debate because Justin's been through a lot of offensive coordinators, same as Jalen.
Yeah.
But Jalen has the more talented team.
And I just sit back and watch because Pat is the quarterback, star quarterback.
I'm going to annoy all of you guys right now. In my opinion, look, Pat is the GOAT right now. Like, I get it. He's got the accomplishments. He's got the resume. No one can touch that. Yeah. But I think if you gave defensive coordinators truth serum and you were like, who are the quarterbacks that give you the biggest fits to game plan for? I truly believe it's Josh and Lamar. because of their dynamic ability in both regards.
I would give you that for the last 2 years.
Yeah. And I
Post
think
Eric Bieniemy.
yes,
I give you that.
yeah. I think prior to that, it was undoubtedly Pat.
Yeah.
But I think Pat's kind of, I'm not saying he regressed, but the production hasn't been the same. Whereas Josh and Lamar the last couple of years have kind of stepped it up.
Sure.
Hurts, I think, is really talented, but I also think Hurts benefits from having the best roster in football. And maybe this year you could argue because the O-line kind of took a step back, but you have Saquon Barkley that you have to worry about. You have Devonta Smith, A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert. And prior to this year, you had arguably the best offensive line in football. So I think he's really good. But in my opinion, I think Howie Roseman is the MVP of the Eagles because he
I
just
could give
keeps
you
that
that.
thing going.
I can give you that
going.
because he does that with the contracts. You know, the way he pushes the contracts out, he does that. Maybe that comes back to bite them in 3 or 4 years. Maybe not. But I would be with you on that point about Jalen Hurts if he wasn't number 2 in the MVP before he had the Saquons and all of that. And that's what I think it is. Like I think a lot of and I tell Mike this. I feel like if we're going with shooters, he's an Army guy. If we're going with shooters, Josh Allen is a guy he's going to have the street sweeper out. He's going to knock down everything and all that. But then Jalen Hurts is the sniper.
Okay.
He's a sniper. He's precise.
I like that.
He's going to use 1 or 2 bullets. Josh is probably going to use about 250 in the mag. And if you look at it, we could look at any type of military style of movie. What's the best movies? The movies that everything blows up, a whole lot of shooting. You'd never get a movie that's about a sniper that just
We had one.
bang.
No, we had a couple of movies about snipers.
About one of the greatest snipers of all time. It was just one, though.
Okay. But you have far more Rambos. You have far more, yeah. And so that's my comparison of the two. Because what makes Josh Allen like one of the better quarterbacks in the league is his physicality.
Yeah.
Like he can throw the ball really far. He can run the ball. He's a big body, but also the intangibles of what his scouting report was coming out of college, not really great at reading defenses. There's certain things that he doesn't do well, but what could help Josh get over that hump, I think, is an Andy Reid type of quarterback whisperer type of coach. So a coach that can really hone him in outside of being Superman. And the 3 quarterbacks we're talking about, the Josh Allens, the Patrick Mahomes, the Lamar Jacksons, their organizations expect them to do everything. And I feel like organizations need to take more off of the quarterbacks with Patrick Mahomes. We see it this year with the injury, that he had. A lot was on his plate. And you can't expect a guy to do that 7, 8, 9, 10 years.
So I might say something that on a Kansas City show, you guys might get upset at me. But I say that I have a Bills podcast, Sick podcast, Bills Banter with me and Stevie Johnson. I say it a lot on that show. To me, think about the last few years, right? It's the AFC has come down to Bills, Chiefs, and it's been 3-point games.
Right.
And I'm not saying the legacies would be completely different or the stories would be the same, but you compare the supporting cast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes has, at worst, a top 5 coach of all time, right?
All right.
Travis Kelce, the greatest tight end of all time. Tyreek Hill, in my opinion, the most influential wide receiver of his generation.
Easy.
I won't say he's the best. I think you could argue Jefferson or Chaser, but I think when Tyreek is out there, his presence impacts the defense more and how you're going to play. Then he has Chris Jones, who I will say I think is the best defensive playoff performer of the last
10 years.
Since outside of Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
He's a different beast. But outside of that, 95 is going to be making the play when you need him to. Please tell me who the Bills have anywhere close to any of that.
Well, I would give you that. That was 2019, 2020, 2021, Pat. After 2021, he was throwing balls to Kadarius Toney.
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
I swung and missed on
Come
Tony.
on.
But he's still at Travis Kelce.
Yeah, I mean, he's still
Still
an,
Andy Reid.
aging Travis Kelce. Chris Jones,
Trying
who
to dilute
is no, we're not diluting anything.
No.
Like I was
And-
telling you, Chris Jones was one
You know
of
who I
the.
think was
one of the
biggest
best
attributes to
defenders.
the Chiefs, though,
Mhm.
and they hate me for this. It was the refs. I've seen
Oh
so
my
many
goodness.
I've seen so many 1-point games that were swayed by some of the refs' calls.
If you
Yes.
don't
I
want
know
it to be
it-
a
and I know-
1-point game,
I
play
know-
better.
I agree.
Yes.
Like this year, the Bills, I think they got screwed by the refs against Denver. I've been defending
Play
that
better.
for a while. But that was my biggest point was like, if you don't turn the ball over 4 prior times,
Exactly.
you're not in that position.
And so that's part of my thing. Like if you look at basketball, when Jordan was playing, he was the guy. But also when Jordan was playing, you had your Clyde Drexlers, you had your Dominique Wilkins, but those guys weren't as clutch as
Is Jordan without Pippen, without Phil, without
No,
Rodman?
he's-
You know, like
he's-
won't know.
And
it's
he's-
the
Don't know.
whole-
Yeah.
and he's not, but it's also some guys are just leaders of men.
Yeah.
And it's tough to replace that. And I think Josh Allen is not there as far as a leader of men, but also I think if you take more off of his plate, give him a little less. And a lot of quarterbacks have talked about it. Like, you know, you have your half field reads versus your full field reads. And I think being able to take some of the things off of Josh Allen's plate helps him progress a little more to take that next step. But he's not the only one. We're going to see one here in Sam Darnold. Like Sam Darnold was, we just talked about him from high school. Like he was the guy in high school. He was the guy at USC. He gets to the NFL. Jets don't have the formula that he needs. Certain things in Carolina didn't happen the way he's the backup in San. And I think being a backup in San Francisco helped his career to get to where he is. So now he goes to Minnesota. He has a little bit better of a nucleus around him. Yeah. And so I think that's what it is for Josh Allen. I mean, because Josh Allen has Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs helped this guy get to the Super Bowl. Like there's certain things that there's just certain combinations that you need.
I agree with you that I think Josh needs to. Am I allowed to curse on the show or no? I think he needs to be an a-hole more. Like I think he needs to hold guys more accountable. He needs to get in their face, get angry. He's one
Tom
of the guys.
Brady.
He's too nice. But I also will argue, I don't think any quarterback is asked to do more than Josh Allen because he's putting up MVP type numbers with his arm and with his legs. And there were years where he would be leading the Bills in rushing yards and rushing touchdowns.
And you don't need that.
And on top of that, in the last 6 years, in their playoff losses, they give up an average of 31 points per year. Like to have to score 32 or more just to have a chance of winning, you're putting way too much on that pressure on that side of the ball.
And that's and so that's what the inverse of a Jalen Hurts or a Sam Darnold. Like you take the pressure off of them by building that defense, so you don't have to. Your guy that was just over here, he's like, the Bears are their defense is not gonna stop anybody. So their defense is gonna give up 51 points. So they hope Caleb Williams, puts up 51, 52 points. And I think that's where the Bills organization needs to get with Josh Allen, like to be able to give him a defense that can get him the stops. So then it could be a low scoring game. So you don't have to ask too much of him. So then when it comes to that less than 1 minute left in the game, he could be the guy that you don't know if he's going to run or throw.
Yeah.
And so it's a tough thing to defend.
For a while now, I've been like, just get Josh his own Chris Jones. I know it's easier said than done, but like when you hear these big name pass rushers are available, the Bills are always like, no, we're good with the guys we have here. And McDermott was always about having good community guys and guys that are, good clubhouse guys, and they would draft them and then pay them. And it's like I keep saying it this offseason, like the thing I hope Jim Leonard changes the most is you need some guys that the opposing team fears.
They had that. They had that. They had Von Miller.
Von Miller tore his ACL 8 games into that contract and was never the same.
Yeah.
So that was the hope with him. But you guys as Chiefs fans, right? Every year when it comes down to Bills Chiefs, is there a single outside of 17? Is there someone that you're like, this guy scares me? Maybe James Cook.
I think it's always
you can say
Lamar.
James Cook. You can say Gabe Davis because he killed the Chiefs.
He killed you guys that one game.
That was a game that mattered.
Yeah, it was.
That was a game that mattered. So don't say that.
That was the 13-second game.
It was.
Yeah, that was 13. I would say if there's
Stephon Diggs when they had him.
You guys always shut down Stephon Diggs in the playoffs, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
regular season we did.
No. You because the other thing I think you got, and I'm giving you guys so much credit for this. You guys treat the regular season like just get us there and get us there healthy.
Yes.
And I think it is so smart. And I think more teams that are top of the table should act that way.
Yeah.
Why show your best hand in week 8, which the
Exactly.
Bills would always go all out to beat you guys.
Yep.
And then in the playoffs, it's like we know what your best punch is now. You don't know what ours is.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think that's what helps again with like the Jalen Hurts types of quarterbacks is like to be able to take that pressure off of him. You don't need to score 30 points, but if your defense can hold the other guys to 7, if you can't get 20 points.
Can I ask you guys one question as Chiefs fans? So you played them both in the playoffs. Who scares you more?
Well, I'm a Philly fan.
Philly.
I'm
So-
a 49er fan. That's
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is
Who
a Chief.
scares you more, Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson?
Josh Allen.
Because you guys have Lamar's number for some reason.
Yeah, Josh Allen. I mean, I think we had John Harbaugh's number.
Okay.
I mean, because you think about the games that the Chiefs have played, Lamar Jackson, he was killing them with rushing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he goes and wants to match Patrick Mahomes throw for throw, yard for yard. And I think that's where teams kind of get their number.
And in the AFC Championship game in Baltimore, it was like, why are you? Derrick Henry was running well,
Yeah.
like Lamar was running well. It was like, why did you? The
Fourth
second half
plays, Derrick Henry sitting on the sideline.
And
it made no sense.
Yeah.
And if I'm a Chiefs fan, I would say Lamar Jackson because the couple of times that Lamar didn't make it, it's Mark Andrews not dropping a 2-point conversion. It's Zay Flowers on the fumble.
Jarius Sneed.
And
Yeah.
we're going to play the play better game.
Isaiah Likely with the toe.
That one, yeah. But and the Bills Ravens, the Mark Andrews one. If we're gonna play the play better game like we were with the Bills, like don't turn the ball over twice in the first half. Don't let the fumble go to a touchdown.
Sure.
You know, like you
Yeah.
put yourself in that.
Yeah.
And I get it. These quarterbacks can't be perfect all the time and stuff. But I'm gonna tell you right now. I say it every year. My picks are always either the Bills or Ravens because I truly believe that those two are going to win a Super Bowl eventually.
Mhm.
And I mean, I'm 0 for 8 now, but I'm gonna keep going with it.
I think next year will be a better year.
I hope. Last year after the Eagles won, I'm like, next year it's Bills or Ravens, one of them guaranteed. And
Yeah.
nope.
Yeah, because I thought it would be Ravens. I definitely thought it would be the Ravens this year, and I mean they definitely fell a lot shorter than I expected.
They let the wrong coach leave the building.
Yeah.
The coach they should have is coaching Sunday.
Yeah, yeah.
Mike, we appreciate you giving us some of your time, man.
Appreciate you guys having
Where
me.
can people find you?
On Twitter, Instagram at Michael F. Florio, NFL Network, NFL Fantasy, and the Sick Podcast, Bills Banter with Stevie Johnson. So lots of places to hear me talk. Fake football, real football, Bills,
Yeah.
anything you want to hear.
That's Mike Florio. We'll be back here live from Radio Row with more guests.
Appreciate it.
I like that.
The views and opinions expressed on the W Radio Show by the host, co-host, guests, and call-in listeners are solely the opinions and responsibility of the original source who expressed them. They do not represent the opinions of the W Show, 100.1 FM, One Kansas City Radio, Sideline Sports Talk, Team Wall Street Foundations, or affiliates.